What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a nice relaxing weekend, enjoying yourselves. Today we are going to be talking about GAC 5v5 teams for defense for this upcoming season, season 66. We're going to break it down in today's video. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful or informative. If you guys do enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, help kind of get this channel growing and back on the algorithm. Yeah, let's just go into it, and let's start by talking about one of the hot new commodities out there, and that is going to be Lord Vader with the dark side clones. Now, this is going to be one we probably won't see a lot this first season. Well, no, we'll see it this first week with Grand Moff Tarkin and his rework. But the real power with this team is going to be coming once we get Scorch. Now, Scorch drops on Tuesday, right before things are locked in. So unless you're whaling, you're probably not going to have Scorch in time for this first week. But I imagine once people start getting Scorch and get him unlocked and upgraded, Scorch is going to be a mainstay on this team. He's got a GAC Omicron on one of his abilities here. Sorry, it's one of these. Is it not? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Growling Granders. Yeah, his following protocol unique. Yeah, he gets these extra bonuses. It's the only Grand Arena Omicron you're going to have on Lord Vader for 5v5. CX2 has a 3v3 Omicron. Scorch is just going to have a general GAC Omicron. So this is something to keep an eye on. Tarkin can come in with this Apo Datacron is really boosting the power on this team. And it's making it so that, at least in 3v3, he had only a handful of hard counters. Leia, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and then Seer with Malicos and Starkiller really seem to be the only reliable hard counters. The Bo-Katan counter to Lord Vader is long dead. She cannot beat Lord Vader with the new clones. Just does not work. So Bo's got to find a new home to counter, and yeah, we can go through that. But yeah, this is going to be a strong defensive team. Tarkin's going to fill in nicely until we get Scorch, and then Scorch with all 4 Darkside clones with Lord Vader lead. This is going to be a mainstay on defense for a while, I think, just because that Datacron's helping to carry this team. People don't know how to beat this team yet. You're going to see it a lot on defense. I imagine it's going to get at least a nice number of holds this first season. We'll see how things pan out, especially if you're using this to like draw out Leia to kind of, if you're using this up front and hope your opponent uses Leia on Lord Vader and then you drop Ahsoka in the sector down or back behind Lord Vader, you can cause some frustration with your opponent as well. Next up is going to be Saw Gerrera, and this is going to depend on who you're bringing in with this team. And there's a couple different level 9 Datacrons with Rebel fighters. There's Saw Gerrera. Whenever a Rebel ally is defeated, he resets cooldowns. That's going to be really good because he has that AoE blind. He can do more explosive traps. That's going to be pretty good. Luthen Rail, pretty much a mainstay with Saw. For me, I'm using Luthen with Mon Mothma on offense. I don't have my Saw built up, but this is a pretty strong defensive team. There's also a Bodhi Rook Datacron with this as well, that with this Datacron and the Rebel fighters, I can pull it up for you, Bodhi Rook gives some really nice boosts to the Rebel fighter team, but you must have a Rebel fighter leader. So yeah, you're pretty much stuck using Bodhi with Saw Gerrera here. He gets these extra bonuses whenever they gain or lose turn meters, they recover that much health and protection. Whenever an enemy loses turn meter, they take 10% max health as true damage. Whenever he uses a basic ability, that target loses 30% turn meter, which can't be resisted, which then means max health damage. Really, really strong Datacron for Bodhi Rook here, making him usable for once with Rebel fighters. So this is going to be one that, on defense, you bring in Bodhi Rook, maybe you take out Chase, you bring in Kara and Bodhi. You could do something like that, or you have the Saw Gerrera Datacron for level 9. So there's 2 different good options with that. This is going to be a strong defensive option, resetting cooldowns, reducing turn meter, taking max health damage. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Next up is going to be Queen Amidala, and there is a Bad Batch Datacron going on right now, and within it, Tech is able to reset cooldowns and lose max health for resetting cooldowns. The problem is that Tech doesn't really work with a Quadme team. He doesn't have the bonuses needed to inflict like his stuns and everything. So Echo is still going to be the mainstay for this 5th place here on Quadme with Shaak Ti. Obviously you have Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Master Qui-Gon with the Queen Amidala lead, obviously. So you can bring in like a Bad Batch Datacron that gives some nice boost to Bad Batch. You can use that with Echo here. Kind of see what you can get going on with this team. at least nice little Datacron to help kind of boost the viability of this team, but still a mainstay on defense. Requires really strong stuff to beat, though Bad Batch, the new Bad Batch, beats this, which, when we get to the offensive version of this, we're going to talk quite a bit about Bad Batch because, man, they are absolutely powerful on offense in GAC 5v5. But, yeah, this is going to be one we're probably going to see quite a bit on defense. You can also bring in Grandmaster Yoda instead of Echo. Just a mainstay on defense at this point. Good on offense, but I think just because of what Queen Amidala requires to be defeated in 5v5, most players are going to leave her on defense. Then we get to Gungans, and Gungans are an interesting choice, especially with Bo-Katan. We just mentioned how Bo no longer beats Lord Vader, so Bo needs a new place, a new team to bully. And Gungans are going to be that. The issue with Gungans and why I have them on defense is that they still feel lackluster on offense a little bit, at least for 5v5. I'm not seeing a lot they beat that's like huge on offense. They do have strong power. They can beat some teams, but it feels kind of unreliable from time to time. So I still like to put them on defense, and I can use this to draw out like a Bo-Katan as well. If they're having to use Bo-Katan or Traya on offense to beat Gungans, those are some pretty strong offensive teams they're having to use on Gungans. That's why I'm leaving them on defense for now. I think, we're going to have to do more investigation with them on offense. They do have power there, but like what I'm seeing with what people are using to beat this team on offense, I'm kind of left a little underwhelmed. They do have some power there, but maybe this is one that we do switch to offense in the future, but for now, just what it takes to beat them on defense and how you can use them to bait in like Bo-Katan or Traya, and you can use that to draw away some counters for other teams. I like them on defense for now. Moving on, we have Hut Cartel, and we have the Hut Cartel Datacron with thermal detonators and bonus damage. Big Datacron for them, really makes them strong. You don't really need a Datacron to make this team good. It's still a pretty good team nonetheless, but, we are starting to see more and more counters to them. The new Bad Batch can beat them as well on defense. So this is one that I think you're just going to leave on defense just because it's just a mainstay on defense at this point. I see no reason to be pulling this off defense. The Hut Cartel Datacrons are making it better. If you get the Mob Enforcer Datacron at level 9, you can bring her in. There's also a couple other Hut Cartel members you can bring in too if you need to. But that Hut Cartel Datacron is disappearing after the season, so we'll see how things go there, but I see no reason to be taking this team off defense at the moment. Next up, we got two different teams, Rey and Galactic Legend Ahsoka. So this is going to really depend on where you want to put your Ezra Exile. If you want to put Ezra with Rey, that's pretty good. That's one of the most annoying defensive teams. You can see I hate these teams. I hate Ezra. Ezra is a pain in the butt to deal with. I do not like him. Rey with Ezra and Ben Solo, really good 3v3. Bring in a couple other characters. You can bring in Enfys Nest as well. She's got a Datacron that should also be disappearing after the season. That makes her pretty good. Really good fifth on this team. You can bring in JTR with some unresistible turn meter removal, some debuffs, some call to assist, a non-dispellable healing immunity. Pretty good there. I like that. This is going to be a pretty good team on defense, as always. Probably the strongest team on defense. Doesn't need a Datacron to really carry it. God help us if we ever do get a Datacron for this team. But yeah, I see no reason why this would not be a mainstay on defense. And if you don't want to use Ezra with Rey, then you're using him with Ahsoka. And Ahsoka with Ezra on there really takes some strong stuff to beat. Now, I mentioned earlier Bo-Katan with Gungans. You can use Gungans to draw out Bo. If you don't have Ezra on your Ahsoka team, you can then put her in the back row and hope your opponent uses Bo to defeat your Gungans, because Bo can easily defeat an Ahsoka team without Ezra. So you can do that and try to draw away Bo and try to leave Ahsoka on defense, but without Ezra, she really does struggle. So if you're not using Ezra with her, you're going to have to figure out something. So this may be something where you put Ezra on Ahsoka and you just hope for the best with your Rey teams, because Rey is still pretty good with the Ben Solo Omicrons. You have that Datacron with Enfys Nest. Really, you can get something with these. You can put them both on defense. just got to bring Ezra down here with Ahsoka. Just really depends on what you want to do with your Ezra, how you're planning things, seeing what your opponent does on defense or on offense as well. If you want to go into that, though, I imagine outside of Kyber, I don't think many players are really that invested to the point where they're checking their opponent's history, seeing what they do every time so you can see, okay, well, what's this guy doing? Who's he attacking with? Who's he playing on defense? Yeah, outside of Kyber, I don't see that really being something that big. Some people do, but for most players out there, I don't think you're going to get to that level of detail with Grand Arena. Whoops, used the wrong button there. So next up, Pain and Isolation, Darth Traya. Now, there is a Sith Datacron that came out, the newest set of Datacron, Echoes of Rebellion. There's some nice Sith bonuses in here, and Darth Talon has a really nice Datacron as well, where she can use her basic to gain 50% turn meter, and then whenever she uses her special, she inflicts a fear on the enemy target. So you have this with Traya. You got the Omicron Talon if you want to put that on there. That's not really necessary. You have the Savage and Traya Omicrons, which are more than enough. There's also a Darth Scion Omicron or Datacron as well for this season too, if you want to get that, but I like the Talon one just a little bit better. You can also get some bonuses with Sith where they can inflict max health damage when applying negative effects, which this team's going to do, especially with Darth Scion there. Darth Nihilus doing his thing where he's increasing cooldowns, he gets the Annihilate. Yeah, this team's really good. I see no reason why this wouldn't be a defensive team. Can really mess some people up with that Sith Datacron. Gonna be a pretty good one here. Yeah, just leave it on defense. Can cause some. I think the Datacron with Talon can cause some issues for a General Skywalker counter in general, because the fear that she can inflict, she's stealth, so he can't counter. Yeah, I think that's going to help kind of mess with it, because that fear is going to increase the cooldowns on General Skywalker, make things a little trickier for him. I think that could be a good one to kind of mess with those General Skywalker counters for Traya in general. And then we get to Jedi Master Kenobi, and this one, I'm not sure how long he has for defense, because this is something I talked about in a video like last week or the week before, where I was talking about how we can give Jedi Master Kenobi the Lord Vader treatment, where we give like a 2/12 clone rework, and that brings in Jedi Master Kenobi and makes him more powerful. But the issue with Jedi Master Kenobi is that it just feels like every team comes with instant defeat immunity, which really kind of neuters this team, makes them less powerful. It's power creeping the team in general. Commander Ahsoka is kind of falling off in her viability because she can't just instantly defeat someone at the start of the match. Now, she's still good. She can still deal some solid damage. She gives nice bonuses to the team. But this team, with everybody getting instant defeat immunity, some pretty good counters to this team. Lord Vader just absolutely demolishes Jedi Master Kenobi. Inquisitors can beat your Jedi Master Kenobi teams on defense as well. This one, I don't know how long Jedi Master Kenobi has for defense. I think eventually in Kyber, we're going to see him just become a mainstay on offense, just because it feels like every team these days is just defeating him. That's kind of my view on it. I think outside of Kyber, we're still going to see him as a mainstay on defense for a very long time. I see no reason why he wouldn't be on defense, but yeah, I am a little worried the sun's setting on him in terms of defense, and that the power creep and how everything's countering him these days is really starting to set the sun on Jedi Master Kenobi. Next up, we've got Sith Empire, and again, we have the Sith Datacrons and what they can bring here. This is going to be still a pretty solid team on defense, I think. They can be good on offense, but with the bonuses with Sith and what you can get here, and we can pull those up for you guys, just so you guys can see like what we're talking about here. So in terms of Sith, they gain bonus turns when they fall low on health. They recover health and protection. The enemies can't be revived. They gain bonus stacking offense when they critically hit, which is going to happen a lot with this team. Whenever Sith allies are stunned, they gain bonus turn meter, recover health and protection. But then you also look at the dark side ones, and right here, dark side allies start or gain tenacity up when they start their turn with at least 3 debuffs. You can use this with Darth Revan, use his lightning ability, give ferocity to the team, and now suddenly they've got tenacity up, so they're harder to beat. They can also gain evasion up, health steal up, and health up if they use specials. They can deal max health damage when dealing debuffs to an enemy. That's all going to work pretty well with this team. Yeah, not so much days are stunned, but yeah, this is going to be pretty good. So there's no real, if I remember correctly, yeah, there's nothing here for any Sith Empire characters. It's more like Emperor Palpatine and Darth Talon, Darth Sidious, Count Dooku, Sith Assassin. You can try to bring in Sith Assassin with this, but I don't think Sith Assassin is going to really work here for this. Just the Sith Empire in general. Yeah, I think this is going to be your main team here with this. With these 5, you can try Sith Assassin instead of Sith Marauder, but the bonuses for Sith Assassin don't really do much here. So this is still going to be a good one. That Datacron's going to help bring him a little more power, going to help make it a little bit nastier on defense. I'm gonna put this on defense. We're going to see what the Sith Datacron does for them. And then Night Sisters. Night Sisters are always a good one, especially if you have them modded pretty well. You have the Doomed mechanic where a target can't recover protection, reduce max health. You have the Blessed mechanic you can put on a Night Sister to assist. You have taunts with Morgan Elsbeth. You have a lot of damage output between Night Trooper, Death Trooper Peridia, and Night Sister Spirit. You got a mass assist through Morgan Elsbeth. Great Mothers can apply negative effects. Yeah, this is going to be a good one, especially if you have them modded for very high speed. You can just absolutely blitz someone down at the start of the match with the Doomed mechanic. They don't recover protection, and you just call it with mass assist, or the target gets a mass assist from Morgan Elsbeth with the Night Sister characters here. Night Trooper's constantly assisting. Death Trooper has a Dispel. Yeah, this is going to be a good one on defense. Just can absolutely blitz someone down if they come in unaware or they don't come in prepared. If they don't have the speed to match your Night Sister team here, someone's going to die pretty quickly, and that can cause a lot of issues for this. So this is one I think is going to be pretty good on defense. I always want to put on defense just for fun. There's a Grand Arena Omicron and Morgan if you want to get it, but it's not really necessary for this team. It doesn't really boost the team that much. It's nice to have, but it's very much a luxury Omicron in that regard. Then we come to Resistance, and Resistance on offense is used to beat Galactic Legend Ahsoka, which I'm surprised still exists. I don't think they've nerfed that yet, but this is a good team on defense with the Turn Meter Train and how Zori can really boost the Resistance characters and really cause some issues. You can put this on defense and really cause some issues. The power this team brings, you can also throw it on offense and beat Galactic Legend Ahsoka teams. Really, really strong one. I like it. It's a fun one to put on defense and see what people try to bring up. Yeah, we'll see what we get here with that. And then we get to Prepare to Dodge, where we have the Smuggler Datacron, which will disappear after the season, where Smuggler characters gain 100% evasion, and when they're debuffed, they lose that evasion bonus. Now, if they critically hit, they dispel all negative effects from themselves, and then they're backed up to 100% evasion. So you throw this team on defense, you have the Prepared mechanic here, you have Dash Rendar with his lead, you can bring in his Omicron, a lot of revives here with this team of Vander Chewbacca. L3's taunting, you get that pre-taunt there, the Prepared mechanic with her. Hondo, I just kind of threw in here just because I wanted to see like what smugglers we can get in here. But that Smuggler Datacron with that bonus evasion is really freaking good. In terms of the level 9 boost to this Datacron, you have one for Kira that's not that great. There is one for Dash Rendar, whenever someone's stunned, he takes a bonus turn, so you can use that to get a bonus turn with his first special. He stuns a target. Boom, there you go, someone's stunned, takes that bonus turn, gets a little bit closer using that AoE ability again. This should be a fun one, because you gotta figure out who has unavoidable attacks, who can put debuffs on the enemy team that are unavoidable, and that's always fun. You gotta see who you can bring in with that. And then finally, we have the Zbar team here. Cartho Nasi, the lead with that Zbar Datacron, that Focus Datacron, which is incredibly powerful. If you haven't seen it yet, I don't really deal with Focus Datacrons that much. Not really my thing. At level 15, he gives taunt to all tank allies, and then tank allies are immune to buff immunity and stun while Zbar is active. He inflicts armor shred on the entire enemy team, which is great. Scoundrel allies gain bonus offense. You know, light side allies can reduce cooldowns for each debuff they inflict, if they inflict at least 4 during a turn. There's also removing turn meter from a target if they attack out of turn, which happens. Mission Vow, this one's really for level 3, or for the 3v3 Omicron, where she dies and then she revives, and that resets the team, can cause issues on defense. But this team's still pretty good on defense and 5v5 as well, just because that Zbar Omicron, whenever a tank ally gains taunt, they remove it and they gain 400% offense. So you can get back-to-back stacking offense through Juhani, where she gets the taunt at the start of the match, she then removes it, and then you use Boastful Provocation again, taunts, removes it again, and now she's got 800% bonus offense. You then throw in the Remorseful Thrash. Yeah, this is going to deal a lot of damage. This is going to be a good one to see on defense. That can really mess with enemy teams. You have Zbar taunting as well. You have Jolie Bindo, who is going to be able to revive the entire enemy team with the Omicron, because of that looks pretty bad. This is going to be a strong defensive team. I like it. That focus Datacron makes it even stronger. Reviving Mission if you end up taking her out. This is going to be a good one. I can't wait to see what people do with this on defense, and I imagine it's going to be a good one. So that's going to wrap it up from me. I want to hear from you guys. Are you guys using different teams on defense? Do you guys agree or disagree with my list? Do you think I missed someone? Let me know down below. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time.